Hey everyone, it's Ollie and Brody, and in this tutorial we're going to be discussing deadlift movements or movements involving picking things up. Now we include these in our workouts because they're great for a couple of reasons. Firstly, pick up or deadlift movements are great for building strength in your legs, but also great for building strength and muscle mass in your back.
These deadlift or pick-up movements are also applicable to many basic everyday activities, namely picking up heavy things from the ground, whether it's a plant pot, a young child, or perhaps a laundry basket. So let's run through how the deadlift looks more generally and what modifications you can make so that it can suit you. Okay, so let's run through the standard deadlift and how that looks and what we can do to modify it. So Ollie's going to demonstrate using the kettlebell. It's between his feet and he's just going to lift it up. On the way up, we like to tell people to think about having a big chest or puffing their chest out. And on the way down, we want to stick the hips back or stick the bottom back. So big chest as you go up and stick your bottom back as you go down. Now, some tips to modify this if you're having a little bit of trouble. First thing is we can change the stance width. So you may find going into a wider stance makes the movement a little bit easier or a bit more tolerable for you. So that's a fine option. The other option is to elevate the weight slightly. So this is what we might call a rack pull, which is lifting the weight from a higher surface. And that just makes it a little bit easier because you're not having to go as deep. So you can use books or a step or a stair or something like that. And just lifting the weight from that higher surface makes the process a little bit easier.
All right, another version of the deadlift or pickup is the Romanian deadlift, sometimes called an RDL. So for this one, it's very similar, except it's top down. So Brody starts in that upright position with the weight and slowly lowers it down to the floor, okay, or just above the floor, in fact. So he's not placing the weight on the ground. Beautiful. Now, to modify this one, Brody can change his stance position. So a wider stance, he might play around with his toe angle, meaning he might turn his toes out a little bit to make it more comfortable, okay? And if he's having issues perhaps with some discomfort in his back, what he can try is finding a comfortable back position. So that might mean reducing the depth that he goes to or just adopting a more rounded, relaxed position in his back. So there's a couple of tips for the Romanian deadlift. Okay, so we've run through what the deadlift or pickup movements should look like in general, and also how to modify them to make them suit you. But don't forget that they don't have to look exactly the way we've done them, just as long as they're tolerable and manageable for you.
So use the information from this tutorial and apply it to your own workouts.